So remember when I said be careful, don't break your tabs? I had to break all three. Well, that one twisted off, that one had the nut, and these two, they broke off. Hey everybody, Matt here, Hollywood's Garage. Today we're going to be working on the Super Duty again. As you can see, it's been my main project on this whole channel, I guess, besides my Ventura. What big updates coming for that? So follow if you're into LS stuff, and a bit of a turbo might be added, we'll see. So today we're going to be doing an update on the truck, or it's going to be mostly just lighting. Doing some mirror work on the mirrors, headlight bulbs, tail light bulbs, and the third brake light, and a Ford emblem that lights up on the grill. I'm not going to spend big money on the headlights on this truck. Like, I'm not going to put in more than just LED bulbs and whatnot, because I do plan on getting some, Alpha Rec, so more Mito headlights in the future. But for now, it's budget friendly. Get rid of the amber up top. Up top here, these are amber, as you can see. We'll get rid of those. We'll get some white LEDs in there, and then get rid of the old school yellow halogen and put some white LEDs. All 6000K light in it, and also fog lights to match. And then I did get a Ford emblem that's all black that lights up Ford. Hopefully that fits. I haven't taken a look yet, so we'll see how far we get in that. And then I do have a new mirror piece coming. As you can see, it's broken. It comes in actually tomorrow, so maybe I'll finish this one off tomorrow. But for now, we can get 99% of the rest of the truck done. We got new lights for here. We have a new light for the third brake light. And then I have, just for the tail lights, we're going to keep it halogen, but we're going to go white LED here. And later on, I'll be tinting this. And then, even later on, we'll get different tail lights, or maybe even before I tint it, I don't know. Reverse lights were cheap for LEDs, and they'll be a lot better for this at nighttime. So we'll start with working on the headlights though. So we'll get the grill up, and then we'll take these off, change the bulbs in those. We're gonna keep the orange in it. Yeah, I'm not touching that bulb. We'll keep that factory. As you can see, these headlights are pretty wore out. They're pretty sandblasted. A guy could probably polish those out. Still got a bit of a tinge of kind of staleness to it. Headlight kit might buffer that up, but honestly, doesn't look too bad. She's a 5-footer, 10-footer, but like I said, I don't plan on keeping those forever on there anyway, but we'll see what happens in the future. Okay, well, let's get the grill up. We'll get one of the headlights out, and then we'll change out those bulbs. Three bolts, and then just gotta pry it out, because you have two tabs that are into the fender over here, so just gotta pry straight. It's kind of tricky. Oh, we have one more bolt. Yeah, actually we have a bolt down on the bottom here. Forgot about that one. It's gonna be easy to lose. Like that. Oh, I'm never gonna find that one again. There we go. We'll lay her down like this. All the paint's peeled off of that one. This one was actually burnt out on the daytime running light. Signal light worked though. Of course, broken tabs, so I gotta get a flathead screwdriver so I could pinch that down and pull that out. We'll see how this goes. Don't get me wrong, these things are annoying, but come on guys. When doing these, try not to break them for future guys. cause could be a struggle. I don't really want to pull from the wire, but there we go. These are the bulbs I went with. Amazon specials, sea lights. From what I remember, these are the same as the reverse bulbs in the tail lights. So, like I said, these aren't going to be amber, these are white. I prefer the look better being white. We'll guess on what polarity is when we get there. Here are the bulbs. These are sea light again. These are actually, I think you can twist them to orient them in the housing. So we'll see how we get in there and how it is. If I remember right, you want it like sideways, like the front of the vehicle, just like this. You want it in there like that, not up or down. Just like that. It should plug into here. Of course, there's no click because that one's broken, so I might have to zip tie around that. But for now, let's see if it works. Take it out, we'll turn the key on. Okay, as you can see, they are both lit up. I am going to signal right, and we'll see if that changes. There we go. That's actually good. So it just goes brighter. It doesn't actually go completely off and flash. Okay, we'll try high beam. There's high beam. I don't know, did it change, guys? Did it get brighter? Let's see how blind I am when I get back. I don't know, I couldn't tell. Maybe you guys will let me know. I'll have to watch the footage back. But for now, we'll put it all back together. Just like that. We'll get the zip tie around this, like I said, because you know that's gonna fall apart. And then we'll put her back together, slip her back in. You could do a double, you could exit here, but I think a one will be good enough. As long as it's tight, keeps it together. We'll make sure we cut this so the next guy cuts themselves. Just kidding, we'll cut it flush. Slip her back in. You're gonna have a little extra wire, so obviously make sure that's kind of tucked up and out of the way. Put it in. What's holding it up here? I think we're in. Make sure we put this to maximum torque. Just kidding. It's only a 35 foot-pound setup. 4 of these total. This bottom one's gonna be tricky because we saw me. If you hold your tongue right. Oh, got her. There, got it. Okay, now we'll double check. I'm going to show you the before and after here. Tell me that doesn't look better already with just the turn signal. We'll get the headlights on. Way better. And you can see the fog lights as well. They're yellow. We'll get those to match the high beams, or the low beams I should say. And so now we'll get that headlight changed out. Same procedure as the left side obviously. So I'm not really going to show you that until after I get her in, and then we'll do the fog lights. There is a complete headlight set, well, except for the orange amber marks on the middles, but there it is. So I'm going to go through what kit this is. So like I said, it's the sea light kit for the headlight bulbs. They come with instructions. They come actually with zip ties, in case you have a scenario like mine, with some sticky double-side pads if you want to hold up the ballast. It even comes with white gloves because you don't want to touch the bulbs with your bare fingers. So yeah, it comes with the gloves. So kind of good little kit, to be honest. And it wasn't like the cheapest, it wasn't the most expensive. It's a pretty good price. They're having a special on for it. So type is X1, the H13 9008. And then for the backup bulbs, and then your front or your top bulbs, your signal lights. Again, it's sea light LED. This is the X0043TS5EN bulbs. Tells you right on there, do not separate. I don't know why. But anyway, so that's that. Let's do the fogs now. And they're ugly yellows I showed before. For the fog lights, you're gonna have to get on your back a little bit here and get behind the bulb. It's all accessible from with it on. You'll find it, you'll twist, and it should pop out. There it is. Hopefully, there we go. It's got a flat blade screwdriver, you spread that apart, and then it'll come apart. There we go. That is a H10. Let's see if I bought the right ones. They look, yeah, H10. It says it right in the inside there. I don't know if it shows it very well. They're a little bigger, so we'll see if they fit in. There we go, it's in. Look at that, eh? Let's do a little zoom back here. So much better with the white compared to the yellow. It's that simple, guys. Look how bright those are too. Those have the beam in the front. So yeah, in the very front, there's the 3 LED there. Of course, I'm showing you the lights on. There's a 3 LED in the very front, plus all around. Okay, let's get on to this side. There we go. She is now all together. I'm going to show you a little tip though with these fog lights. How easy it is to mess them up and putting them in. And if you don't do it right, you'll get a bunch of water inside. So if you look, there's 3 little rivets that that bulb goes around and it goes under. So I found it easier to actually not plug in the harness until after you get that bulb in. You gotta make sure that thing is flush in there, that it's all around those 3 rivets. Otherwise, yeah, water will get in and dust and it'll be gross in no time. The next thing for the front end is going to see if my Ford emblem, if the one I bought can be switched out and get that one lit up in there. The only downfall with it being attached to the hood, I mean, it makes it easy to get to the back side here, but then the wiring got to go all the way down to the fuse panel there. Or I guess, yeah, that's the only way to do it. I was gonna say you can tie into there, but that's only gonna light up when the hood's open. Okay, let's go unwrap that and hopefully it fit. Guess one thing I forgot to note was these fog light bulb numbers. Again, I went with all C lights. It is a X001N2PEL5. That's what you're gonna need for the fog lights. So as you can see here, here's my stock one. She's pretty beat up. Kit I got off, I was off eBay. All the other lights have been Amazon. This is eBay though. It's 6710. You open it up, you get the all black emblem. The Ford part lights up. You get some wiring, little pieces there, and a screw. Lots of double-sided tape is how this one sticks to the grill. And you got this wiring harness. It's not long enough, as you can see. It's more meant for a, here, I guess it's what, I don't know, almost 2 meters. It's more meant for a style that where the grill will stay on the front, right? And you can just wire it to whatever you want. But I have wire, we'll extend it. It does come with this junction piece right here that you can unscrew and screw back in. I'm sure it's got an O-ring in it, it's watertight. So that way if you had to separate the grill from the wiring, you can, right? Without taking all your wiring apart. But like I said, not gonna work when your grill's attached to the hood and you have it up. So we'll get this off, we'll get this on. And actually what I should do is I'll show you what it looks like when it's lit up. I'll put it to the battery. I'll just put that there. So what I did is I added some thinner gauge wire. It's actually thicker than what was on the wiring. The only downfall is this black protection they have on it. You really have to cut into it to get enough length. Actually, I use solder stick to extend my wires. I don't need to have the tape as the solder stick's waterproof, but it just, I don't know, holds it together better. So let's see if she lights up. I haven't actually tested it myself because you saw the wires weren't long enough. There it is. It's not super bright, but it's tinted, so it'll look good at nighttime, but not be too bright to where, like, I guess it overpowers it. Okay, well, let's get it onto the grill. So getting that emblem off is pretty self-explanatory. Get that nut off, and then these 2 tabs you're just gonna spread right here and then push it through. Try not to break the grill, obviously, because you might want to reuse another one. Say that bulb burns out on that LED, you want to go back, but probably a 10 mil, either a wrench or a deep socket, I'm guessing. When I get this off, show where we're at. So remember when I said be careful, don't break your tabs? I had to break all 3. Well, that one twisted off, that one had the nut, and these 2, they broke off, but the ones on the back of this are still good. And honestly, That's what matters more than this. It's garbage anyway, right? Like, if anything, you're just gonna buy a new one of these if you want to go back to a normal one or a painted one or whatever. But I did also notice this mount's obviously double-sided tape we talked about, but see how the wire goes through the center? Well, look, there's no hole. The sides there is, but you can't have it just squished. So we're gonna drill a hole right in the center of that so we can feed our wire through. So I drilled it up 3 more sizes. Might as well clean it while we're here so the double-sided tape can stick well. The cleaner of choice is Spray 9 because, well, it works. So this will be the fun part, lining it up to the center. I mean, getting that off after is probably not going to be fun with that much double-sided tape. There. Too bad. I mean, like, I could paint this, I guess, around it, but I think I'll have the rest of the chrome. Sounds like a future me issue. There, and we'll twist that back together. Then we're gonna wire loom it across and down and to the battery. Updates. This is what I ended up doing. Went up, had it curled in enough to where I could hide it behind this. Came down, obviously I'll cut all those, come across, come down here, and now from here we're going down to the fuse panel, which I have open. And I have these piggyback jumpers that you can plug in and then have another fuse. So you'll have the same fuse off of what you're jumping, and then you're adding a fuse in. So I'm gonna go ahead and find out which one of these works with a key on. And that's the one I'm going to plug into. Hopefully this 10 works, or one of these. I have a test light, and then it'll be easier for the jumper to go in one of those, more space. So we'll do that. I'll find out which one it is, and I'll bring you back on which one I find. Here we are, all mounted up. Got the wire going down, and I found an empty fuse location down here. Actually, not an empty one. There is 3 empty, but it fit better in this location with this block in the way. So put a 10 amp in for the main, back in for the main fuse, and then put a 10 amp in for the light. Should be good enough. Got the ground just over here. Put the cover back on. Put the AC, or not the AC, the vacuum pump on for your 4x4 back on, and then we all wrapped up on the front end of this truck. Next will be the rear third brake light, and we'll do LEDs. This is the third brake light I went with. I thought it was darker, it's just smoked. But we got the LED cargos on the side with the red kind of full-on piece for the brake light. Something a little different. Everyone does the LEDs where it's just all LEDs. Nothing wrong with that. I like to be a little different, but comes with a gasket, a new gasket, and obviously the plug-ins. So we'll get the old one off. We'll get this one in and see how she looks. Must have had a leak. Some old silicone here. Oh, I bet you we had a magnetic antenna. So anyway, good that we're doing this. We'll clean this all up and we'll get it fixed up and looking better. There, I got like 95% of it off. There's still a little bit remnants left, but it's clean enough that the new seal will seat very well. I used brake clean on it to kind of get this remaining little bit. And then my fingernail, but it's any imperfections in like the body, like little, you know, dents or whatever, will kind of hold it in there. I actually used a razor blade to get the brunt of it off. But yeah, let's see what the new one looks like. Sorry about the noise, got the neighbor out cutting grass. First grass cutting of the year, so I'll take it. Anyway, it's all mounted. We'll take the plastic off. Woo-wee! Looks so much better. I mean, I could always tint over that too if I wanted to go darker, which I could do. It's sealed up pretty well. We'll see if it holds. I went pretty tight with the screws, but obviously you want to go too tight because, actually, you know what? I'm going to raise this up. I'm going to loosen it. I just noticed this. And raise it up here. See, there we go, finished product. Got the gasket all level on the bottom. Downfall is these screws are very tight fit in this housing. So it'd almost be worth to kind of drill them out a little bigger. They're stuck in there now, as in like, when I go down and screw it, it actually brings up the whole plastic. But let's give it a test. LED bulbs fit, obviously, they work. You have to add a resistor in though. So on an 08 Super Duty, maybe 09, 010, should be the same. The black and white is your ground, obviously, and you put the other side of the resistor to the purple and, what color is that? White? Purple and white. There's a purple and orange. That's going to be your running light. And that's your signal light. I'm just warming up my solder now so I can solder these joints. You can use those quick connects, the squeeze wires, but like, I mean, if you want the vehicles to last more than 5 years, I wouldn't really do that. Water can get in and corrode. Where this, I can solder up and then tape up and seal up, right? So, just better all around. This is what I did. I got rid of the soldering idea and I used solder stick. That way she's weatherproof, she's weather tight, should have no issues. So yeah, even on the driver's side, black, white is your ground, and then still violet, white for turn signal, and obviously running light doesn't really matter for resistor for this, but gray with orange. The other side's all wired up, so now she works properly with either with the lights are on, turn signal on, still works, and lights off, turn signal on, still works properly. So my reverse lights in, bulbs, yeah, taillights are all wrapped up now. I can show you this one here, nice and bright, and the front ones work at the same speed. Right now that bulb's not lit up, but yet this side is. So maybe I have the bulb in backwards on this side. Yeah, I don't see it lit up, so we'll take it apart and we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to zip tie this. This clasp broke over here to hold it tight, so I'm gonna have to zip tie it down. But yeah, otherwise it works. Okay, hey everybody, so we're back. Another day. Welcome to Alberta, where the weather changes every 6 minutes. So today's not as nice as yesterday. Sorry about the wind, but it's what we got. So today's mirror work is gonna be, we have another mirror came in to replace this back plastic piece here. We're gonna go ahead and take that off, as well as change out the side markers for black ones, sequential turn signal ones. So start by doing that by pushing this all the way in and then popping this off. Nope, bounce you guys around a little bit. It always feels like you're gonna break it. Every time. So as you can see, you do have to remove this, same style as the other one, where you just kind of grab and pull. Feels like you're gonna break it, but just be gentle. Do it when it's warm and not cold. Yeah, of course, I need a 7 mil. Might be worth having a magnet to get those screws out, so you don't, when you go to pull it out, they don't fall out. I'm gonna grab my magnet and we'll pull those out. Yeah. Yeah. One of the man's best friends. Mechanic's best friend, not a man, sorry. And now, this piece should separate. Yeah, there it goes, starting to. Just wanna make sure I have all the screws out. Yeah, it should. One up there. Back to poverty tools, but sometimes it's what you need to do the trick. Magnet again. Let's see. There we go. Oh. There we go. Wire just clip through the side. Pull it through without. Oh. There we go. Don't want to wreck it. There we go. There. Good, I need that off anyway. So there is a naked mirror right there. That's how easy it is to rebuild these. So I ended up buying a whole new mirror. I can show you guys. But they don't sell new mirrors with the telescoping anymore. At least not that I'm aware of. At least not for cheap. I got a whole mirror. It's heated. And I can't remember if they're power in and out or not. But it was only $100 in Canadian, so it's what's that, $40 American? Kidding, it's like 60. But so we'll go get the other one apart, then I'll bring it over, and then we'll end up showing you the new side markers I got too. The mirror's from, can you see that there? From Auto Shack. It's a passenger mirror. There's the number for it. Comes nicely wrapped. So you'll have the one plug-in, which comes with both styles connectors. I think you can either go to like a 6-liter or the 6.4. So yeah, we'll take this mirror apart. I'll take this black piece off the back. We need this piece. And actually, I only bought this whole mirror. Sorry, I'm under the light. I only bought this whole mirror just for this back piece. They don't really sell them. At least I couldn't find them. But at least I have spare parts now, like heated stuff and other convicts. Mirror. So big differences with this mirror being not a Ford mirror is they use Phillips screws instead of the 7mm heads, and even the plug-in is different for the heated mirror. So my theory of just buying the whole mirror, at least I have spare parts, like mirrors is kind of out the window now. A guy might be able to retro convert that, I guess, but anyway, those are the differences so far. So yeah, power mirror, heated. It was the options, I think, on this $100 mirror. It was on sale, so yay me. Here's the dilemma I'm in. I guess if I would have researched it, I would have known. Factory mirror that was on the truck, right? Here's the casket, it's interchange. You could put on painted ones, chrome ones, whoever, I guess, the factory had them. This one is one piece. You cannot take this off. And then this, I mean, you know, it is no bueno. So I can't remember if there was an option if you paid more for a bigger one that was painted or not. But I mean, look, it's gonna look better than having a broken piece, that's for sure. I guess what'll happen later on when I wrap the truck, I should be able to wrap over this stuff anyway, or get it sanded and paint them. But so right now the passenger side is gonna be looking like that, and the driver's side is gonna have flaking caps. What I could do too is just buy black wrap and just like shiny, and then just maybe do those, or do the whole mirror. So anyway, and I can do that when it's on the truck. So let's go ahead, we'll throw this on, and we'll get it all back together, and we'll show you the new lights that we got too. I have learned some things. The knockoff mirror, I guess you want to call it, the back cover, it's fine, you know, fits on. Not perfect, but it fits there. Problem is even so, the aftermarket light and the factory light from Ford doesn't quite fit in this housing. The stock Ford one fits better than the aftermarket, but I had to trim it a lot, the back side of it, and I had to just pretty much hammer it into place. The only thing holding this in now is that little tab. That tab right there is the only thing holding that in. But yeah, that's the mirror there. I got these back in. Obviously I haven't set them yet, but it looks a lot better. Like, this is obviously, it is what it is. I can't hit that in anymore. It's just the molding of the back shell. It's just the way it's molded. It doesn't quite fit stuff, but what do you do? I'm not gonna run, I could always run the amber it came with, which is this, because it still has the cover on it. And they're tinted, but these won't be on. These are cool. I'll show you what these look like here. So they're supposed to be they're supposed to be white when they're not blinking, but for whatever reason this truck does not light up as daytime running lights there, or as side markers. So I just get turn, yellow sequential turn. Great. Does it work? Yeah. But let's go do the driver's side, and that should be a lot smoother. That took me like half an hour to an hour messing around with that mirror. I have figured out why these lights weren't working for daytime running, or for running lights I should say, sorry. Fuse number 64 under the hood. It's a 5 amp. Was blown. So now 4-ways are on. You see them flashing. And now 4-ways are off. We're back to having white. All white everything. Woo! There we go. Ended up getting the driver's side done. Sequential, looking great. Let's go over what we did here. So we did all white LEDs up front. Turn signals are white. The Ford emblem on the grill. It could be a little brighter, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. Obviously this side too. And then for the tail lights, we did the third brake light, which you're not really gonna see unless I hit the brakes. And then LEDs in the rear. And I actually have bigger bulbs coming in for reverse lights. Right now there's a small wedge type. We need the bigger ones coming in. I will tint those obviously. And I also ended up installing the resistors in line with the tail lights. Get rid of the fast blinking when you have an LED. Well, thanks guys for watching. Hopefully you learned one thing or two or three or four, or just enjoyed it. Sorry about the wind noise. Also the neighbor cutting grass. It is what it is, right? I mean, it happens, you live in a neighborhood. And it's nice weather, so I don't blame them. It's a little chillier today, windy, but thanks for following along. As always, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next one.